Good morning. Okay. I think this is just like recording like straight into it. So today what we're going to talk about is piggybacking off of what we talked about all week is follow up. You guys know the statistic as you are hopping on and you're hearing me talk about the statistic again. Tell me what it is. 80% of sales happen on the 7th to 12th follow-up. So you'll hear me talk a lot about follow-up. All of this is not about follow-up, but today's is a little bit more about follow-up and some about just kind of the mindset of your potential distributors. We talk a lot about where we need to keep our mindset. We also need to keep in mind where the minds are of the people we're talking to, because it's in a different place than where ours is. So we got to keep that in mind. We got to kind of put ourselves in their shoes. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how that's going to help you communicate better with them and help them be ready to say yes to you. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to also talk about how to actually start using that Connect app if you're not already. We're going to talk about how to set up groups and what they're for, how to add a contact to Connect, and schedule a follow-up. There's so much more to the Connect app than that, but that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's talk a little bit about that whole mindset thing, the mindset of your potentials right now first. So guess what? There's specific trainings on this too to come. But if we're doing our job with our posting, with our, all the things that we're putting out there to build confidence for them to have confidence in us. So we're going to do that through posting. We're going to do that through stories. We're going to do that through videos. We're going to do that in so many ways to help them get to know us. We're going to do that by posting about our excitement over the company, our excitement over the products. We're going to do that by sharing stories of other people's successes with the company and the products. So we've got to work to build those people's confidence in you, in the products, and in the company. And that's really actually kind of easy to do. And we're going to do some trainings on that as well. But today we're talking about the mind of your potential. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. The hard thing is helping them not doubt themselves. So as you're communicating with these potentials, as you're doing all your follow-ups, keep in mind, if you're doing your job of building their confidence in you, the company, and the products, that the biggest challenge is helping them believe in themselves. And a lot of times they're going to say yes before they even believe in themselves, because you're going to do this well. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure that they know in every communication that you have with them almost, that they're never going to be alone. I've heard Cami Pentecost say so many times, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I've heard so many people use the phrase, we're going to lock arms. We're going to run through this together. We're going to do this together. I'll be there for you every step of the way. You're going to say things like that to ensure them that they are never alone in this and that they have your help every step of the way. So it's so important that they value the fact that they're going to have your help. So you've got to be posting about your excitement, your small successes every step of the way. Even if you're brand new in this company and you've not made a dime, you've not even enrolled a customer yet, your successes are when you hop on a Zoom and you take that picture of the screen of everybody, all the smiling faces up there, and you talk about, look how I just spent my evening with all these awesome successful people in this business. I don't think I can handle any more positive vibes for the day. Good night. Just something like that. Those are successes. The success is just your excitement over this. When you talk to, I bet you there's no one on here who hasn't talked to someone about the possibility of this business or the products. That's a success, y'all. You've planted that seed. Of course, you're not going to make a post that says, I planted 5 seeds today. Like, you're not going to give them the insider view of what you do. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited that all you guys are as excited about this as me. I have talked to 10 people today that can't wait to try our products. That's a success. And that is how you're going to show these people the potentials that are watching you, that you're excited about this, that you know what you're doing, that you know where you're going, and that you're going to be there to help them do the exact same thing. You guys, when you're brand new, you're in a sweet spot that I can no longer get back. You're in that sweet spot of you, some people are going to look at you. It's just like, okay, let's do it this way. So you're in a spot of, okay, so if you join this business overweight, so many people think that that's a negative thing, but it's not, because there are people out there who would rather take weight loss advice from someone going through it. So, it's kind of like going to a gynecologist that's a man. Like, some people want to do that. I don't want to do that. They don't know. They've never been in my position. So even though I've been in a beginner's position, you have a sweet spot that I will never get back. You are going through it with the new people, and that appeals to a lot of people. So harness that and use that to your advantage while you're still in that spot, because you'll never get it back. And all you new people, all you veterans that are on here with me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tell them that is a sweet spot. You people who are overweight and you're joining this business, I was 30 pounds overweight. You may not think that's a huge deal, but as I lost the weight and posted about my excitement of doing it, then I gained the confidence of those people. So you have successes. You just have to not be afraid to put them out there. Okay, so I didn't really mean to talk about all that. I meant to talk about you gotta help them know that you are going to be with them every step of the way. I don't know if you guys saw my story this morning, but it was about how when we're given those fundraiser packets from the school, they're like, okay, here's your packet. Go bug all your neighbors and your mom and your grandmother and your aunt and your cousins, and turn your packet in on November 15th. It's not what we do here, but people have that misconception. So they have had experience with that, and they think with their kids' fundraisers, and they think that that's what this is going to be. And we have to, through our communications, let them know, I will be there for you every step of the way. Or maybe you're talking to them and you've got to stop talking to them for a second because you're about to hop on a Zoom. Use that. Say to them, hey girl, I'm about to get on this quick training thing that my awesome team leader is doing. Girl, she is so amazing. She makes 5 figures a month with this, and she's a single mom. And I cannot wait to hear what she has to say. So it should only last about 30 minutes, and I will message you as soon as it's over. Like, use those things. Be real with your people. So you have to let them know, because their biggest, I'm going to say it one more time, their biggest doubt is not normally going to be in whether you can help them. Their biggest doubt is not normally going to be, is this the company for me? Now, sometimes people will. You'll have to kind of communicate through that too. Their biggest doubt is in themselves. Self-doubt is rampant in this world. People are not raised with parents anymore that pump belief in themselves daily. Please be pumping belief in your kids, because it is so sad how no one believes in themselves anymore. So anyways, that's my soapbox for the day. Let's get into Connect. All right. I'm at my notes over here. Okay. So let me say this before we get into this. Connect follow-up is one of the biggest time savers for me. I sat at the boys' hour-long karate class last night, and when they weren't, because I'm all about make sure your kids see your eyeballs, make sure they know that you are into them, right? So I am not one of those parents that's going to sit on the bench like this the whole time. Don't do that. You got to pump belief into them, and part of that is letting them know that you are into them, that they are a priority. So anyways, when they weren't doing their thing, when it was someone else's turn, I clicked through about 30 follow-ups, just sitting there. I mean, the time would have passed anyways, and I would have been watching some other people's kids. So it is a huge time saver. I knew exactly who to message. I knew it just, okay, so I'm going to show you how it works. It's a huge time saver. Okay, here's where I was going. It's a huge time saver. But as people start to get into it, they're like, this is not a time saver. This is so slowing me down. Like, I just need to write these people on paper and keep doing it like I'm doing it. I used the paper system for years and it brought me much success. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying give this a fair chance and see if it's going to be a huge time saver for you. And by the way, I have future videos planned on all the time savers in this business. So if you feel like, you are glued to your phone 24/7, you do not have to be. There are so many time savers that you can utilize, and Connect is one of the biggest ones. So as you're setting this up, time savers, in order to save time, a lot of times you're going to have to, spend a little bit more time to get the system set up. And remember, 80% of sales happen on the 7th to 12th follow-up. So we are making that initial contact one time out of the 7 to 12, right? So if it's slowing down that initial contact just a little bit so that we can speed up follow-up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it just makes sense that it would be a time saver, right? It's slowing you down in the beginning so that all these contacts can be faster. All right, let me figure out how to share my screen. Let me get all these messages off of here. All right. I think I got it. Yes. All right. I hope you guys can see my screen. Otherwise, I'm going to have recorded this entire thing with no screen. Okay. So we are going to open our Connect app. First thing we're going to do is, okay, let's just pretend like, I'm just going to pick some random person. It's making my face green. Okay. I hope I won Margaritaville. My goal, guys, was 10,000 and I had 10,050 and I moved a loyal customer because I don't keep loyal customers. And it put me back below 10,000, but I did get to 10,000. I'm so excited about that. All right, so as you can see at the top, I've got 189 follow-ups. These videos have kind of gotten me behind on my follow-ups, and I'm trying to like revamp my schedule to make sure that I don't not follow up with those people. But as you can see, I've got 189 people scheduled to follow up with. Usually I've got like 30 to 50 a day. My schedule, I just got to reschedule, reorganize my schedule. Okay, so what you're going to do is when someone is interested in the business, you're going to put them in the PDT group. When someone is interested in a product, you're going to put them in the group specific to that product. Those groups are not set up for you. The only groups you have, if you click down here on the middle where those 3 little people are, the only groups you're going to have, I don't remember what you start out with. And pay no attention to all these crazy groups up here because this was when I was first figuring it out and I don't know how to delete them. So the only groups you're going to have is distributors, loyal customers, and leads, I think. And it automatically saves those in your phone once they're enrolled. And you can import your phone contacts or whatever. All right, so all these down here are the ones you can pay attention to. So I've recently started those top 2, Dream Team and Instagram Collab. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I'm excited about it. And all of these are my specific groups for products. I put a green heart in front of them because I want all my products grouped together because they're alphabetical order and it just makes it easier to follow. And then for my potential distributors, I put the fire in front of them and I make a new potential distributor group every month. And so if you look back at August, you see like in November I have 102 and then October there's like 31 and that doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, what I do is if they're already in like my November group and I talk to them this month and they're still showing interest, I move them to my December group. So that's why like last month is the highest one. So like in August, like 45 people kind of stopped showing interest. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop following up with them if there's a special or whatever. I'm just going to focus my attention more on those people who are, super duper interested. So that's why that's like that. Okay, so how do you set up a group? iPhone and Android are a little bit different. I do use an iPhone, but if you can't figure out your Android, just message me. I don't know what it looks like, but I've walked several people through it. All right. Yeah, and I just say, okay, tell me what your screen looks like. I'm like, okay, click here. Okay, now click here. And then we get it together. All right there under the search bar, you see new group. When someone's interested in something, you can just go ahead and say, I was thinking the other day there was a group I hadn't created yet. I don't know what it was. But anyways, you just do it there, and then you click that save button. So once you have the group created, then you can now add, and you're never going to have to create that group again. So come on, what's my screen doing? All right, so if you want to add a contact, down here on the bottom, those 3 people again in the middle, there's that green plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to click that and then click new contact. And then we're going to add my boyfriend as a contact. You do want to put their first name in the first name field, their last name in the last name field. So I don't worry about adding their phone number, email, or anything. Usually I don't even have it at this point, but I'm going to click add profile, and I am adding his Facebook profile. So I'm going to not change that, but if I were to click that blue F, it gives you all those options, but I want Facebook. So to add their Facebook profile, this is where people get thrown off. And it is so important to have that in there, because this is the biggest part of the time saving portion of everything. So you see that magnifying glass, that green magnifying glass? I don't know if I said this earlier, but there's people flashing up my septic tank in the backyard, and my dog is going crazy. All right, so it opens up Facebook when you click that magnifying glass, and I'm just going to tap his name and say yes. And there we are. So I want to see it's added there. Now I can go directly to message him through Connect. It is amazing. Okay, so now groups under there. Oh wait, let me show you how we would add Instagram profile. So if I also want to add his Instagram profile, I'm going to do add profile again right there underneath, and then I'm going to change that blue F to Instagram. But do you see there's not a green magnifying glass there? You cannot message from Connect directly to Instagram, but it's still a huge time saver because you have everybody organized in here. You can set the follow-ups, you can put them in the groups they were interested in, and when a sale comes up, you know exactly who to message, who's been interested in the stuff. So I still want you using it even for your Instagram leads too. So to add their profile here, you're just going to get out of there, you're going to open up Instagram, and you're going to type in their name. And there is the 3 dots in the upper right. And you're going to do copy profile URL. So it's copied. Now open your Connect app back up, and you're just going to hold your finger down right there beside that, and you're going to paste it. So now that's there. So scroll on down, there's the groups section, and we're just going to say he was interested in being a distributor. So he's going to go in my PDT December 19 group, but he might have also been interested in the lash serum. So we're going to add him to that group as well. Make sure you click save, because if you don't, all that is for nothing. Upper right corner. All right, so then very important to set a follow-up. You have to save it and then go back in. Click the 3 people, pull up his name. It should be in there now. And right there where it says view calendar, you're going to tap that. And you just tap the date you want to follow up. Tap add follow-up. And now it's set. I'm going to come back to the screen and tell you what this is for, but I'm going to go back and show you. So now do you see there's a dot right there on December 10th? On December 10th, he's going to show up in that first bubble that I showed you where I had so many scheduled follow-ups. He's going to show up for me to follow up there. I open my Connect app every single day, so that's all the reminder I need. But if you're not somebody who's used to going to Connect every single day, then when you set that follow-up, you can click on reminders, do add, choose the time, and now on December 10th at 12 a.m., I'm going to get one of those banner reminders. If you've allowed reminders in your phone from this app, you're going to get one of those banner reminders that says, hey, you need to follow up with Chase. So it's pretty cool. I don't use those just because I have so many, and I use Connect every day anyways. Now the script part, if you want to go ahead and choose one of these preloaded scripts, there's so many great scripts in here. Then you certainly can, or you can go ahead and type out what you know you're going to want to say on that day. I never know until the day of, so I never add a script. But if you had it already loaded, then you could just go, it would say, follow up with Chase. I'll be like, send, and that would be your follow-up. Talk about a time saver. I wish I did know what I wanted to say, but I don't. Okay, so I told you I was going to show you how to add groups. Let me make sure I did it all. Adding a contact to connect and adding a follow-up. I believe we've done that. So let me show you how that would work then. Okay, so here's all my follow-ups. Let me go down to my leads section. So if I'm going to follow up with that first girl, Amanda, I'm going to click. So on that day, your follow-up day is here. You're like, okay, now how do I do it? So Amanda Welch, I'm going to click the 3 lines, and I'm going to click send message. Okay, so here's the thing. If you are adding someone who you only know how to contact them through Instagram, when I'm putting their name in, so in this list right here, as you see, everything is in alphabetical order. And I want to do all my Facebook follow-ups at once and all my Instagram follow-ups at once. It just makes it easier instead of going back and forth for me. So when I add an Instagram contact in, I put IG in front of their first name. That way all my Instagram follow-ups will be lumped together. So I'm not going back and forth. And I know it just, yeah, do that. It makes it easy. Okay, so we're going to follow up with Amanda by clicking these 3 dots. I'm going to click send message. Now you have to have a subject, but it's not going to show up to her, so I just add a dot. Now what's going to happen after the screen is it's going to open up Messenger. I want to see what I said in Messenger last before I figure out what I want to say to her, so I'm just going to put a letter there as well and go ahead and click send, but it's not going to send it. And then I'm going to choose, I have all 3 of these ways to contact her loaded in, and it says, how do you want to message her? So I'm going to pick Facebook Messenger. And basically whatever you've typed in, it has copied for you, and you can now paste it if you want to, but I didn't type anything. So I say, got it. And bam, there's the message. All right, so you guys can see a couple of my follow-ups there. She didn't respond to this message after she asked me how much the coffee was. And, she actually bought samples, so that's where that message came from. I sent her the pricing. She didn't respond. I said, good morning, Sunshine. Did those messages make it to you? If you guys saw my last 2 videos, you know that I told you that is the magic message. Use that and use that often. Go back and watch the videos if you haven't seen them. She said she's still thinking about it. I said, perfect. My Facebook has been so screwy lately. I wanted to make sure. And it really had. It's been crazy. Like, it's doing crazy things. So that was November 27th. Do I want to say something to her today? Let's see what I said last. I'm just going to say good morning. Hope you are having an amazing week. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to go straight to her profile and like and comment on some of her stuff. So from this screen, to do that, you click her name at the top, then click profile. View profile on Facebook. And all she's posting is about Zumba. Hey, hush. So now my follow-up is complete, and if I want to go to the next one, I go back and you see she's checked off today. But you want to make sure you schedule your next follow-up. So to do that, click the three dots again, click View Contact, and then I just showed you before, click View Calendar, and now I'm going to follow up with her on the 10th. You can actually go ahead and set multiple follow-ups, like you can click a bunch of different dates if you want to. So, okay, and then I just go on to the next one. How awesome is that? So for the Instagram, though, like I said, you cannot message directly from Connect to Instagram. So what you would do there, see if I do send message. Oh, wait, hold on. Why is it letting me? Let's see. Oh, okay. When it says send by, I have no valid way to send the message because the only contact I have for her is her Instagram. So at that point, I would just pull up Instagram and search that name in my messenger list. So if you found this valuable, tag your team. Yeah, what are we talking about tomorrow? Let me see. I can probably unshare this. There we go. I'm just so good at switching back and forth. I'm so excited about that because that was like the first time it took me forever. Let me find my notes and tell you what we're talking about next. I had planned out to talk about stories and how to utilize those. Do you guys think that would be helpful? Do you guys need that? I am kind of an Instagram newbie. I've only been using it for about, I've been posting to it, but I haven't been using it really until the last 8 months or so. I'm learning a lot, so I'm excited about it. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow may be a little bit different. I'm going to the school to help the kids make Christmas ornaments. I'm so excited. I love when I get to say yes to stuff like that, and crafting is my jam, so can't wait to see what they have us doing. But let me figure out how to end this, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Let me give you a something to complete. Add at least 5 new people to your Connect app today. Let's just go with 10. 10 people to your Connect app today. Set follow-ups and come back and tell me when it's done. And here, let me give you this other little tip. Okay, so you would spend days adding every single contact. If you've been working this business for a few months and you're like, okay, I want to use this Connect thing. Who knows if you're going to stick with it? Like, you may use it and hate it, and that's fine. You can go back to your paper system. So I would not recommend you spending days loading all these people in. What I would recommend is that you go through your regular follow-up system. So you're looking at your paper or whatever it is, and as you follow up, just add them to Connect. Don't spend a whole day or two adding everyone to Connect because you're going to be burnt out before you even get started using it. So I would just go through your old thing and shift it over as you go. All right. Bye, guys.